Good morning, it's Brett here, Lionheart84. It's Sunday the 12th of May. I just thought it's a glorious morning, it's a Sunday morning. In fact, it's the day before my birthday, so that makes it even nicer. I thought I'd do a short video on persimmon progress and my feelings about whether to buy bare root or container persimmons and the pros and cons of them. Just thought it was a good day to do a video because it's the middle of May now, and I wanted people to see the difference between the ones that were purchased in containers and the ones that I bought bare root during the winter. I've started my little persimmon collection late last summer, beginning of autumn, or fall as my American friends call it, and they were all potted up. Obviously were delivered in the winter months. I wanted people to see the difference between them. Now, I've done lots of sort of reading up on persimmons and watched various videos, and one of the things that seems to come out on a regular basis is they hate having their roots disturbed and don't like being transplanted. So it seems to me that buying persimmons in containers makes the most sense because the roots aren't going to be disturbed much and you can easily transplant them without disturbing them. I mean, if you have a fruit tree that hates having its root disturbed, I can't think of anything worse than yanking that tree out of the ground in winter when it's supposedly dormant, probably breaking half the roots, shaking all the soil off. That can't possibly be good for a plant that likes to be, it doesn't like its roots being disturbed. So I just wanted to see the difference between the bare root ones and the container ones. Now, all of these persimmons here, they're mostly Japanese, sort of Asian varieties. The one at the front here is Tipo. The one behind there is a Fuyu. I can't remember that variety at the moment. This tall one is a Giro. Now, all of these plants were bought in various size containers. The Giro is actually still in the same size container it came in. I may repot that a little bit later in the spring, but I just wanted to get it established first as it seems to be quite a good size container. But all of these other plants that have leafed out, this one here is that's a Proc. I think that might be an American persimmon actually, the Proc. The leaf certainly looks different to the other Asian ones. Every single one that I bought in containers is leafed out nicely and all looking good. A little bit light green at the moment. It's not chlorosis, I just think it's because they're young leaves and I think they'll soon darken up. However, if we start looking around at the bare root ones, this one here is a costata. Frankly, it still looks like probably can't see very well in the sun, just looks like a dead twig to me at the moment. Very disappointed with that one. Now I've got another one here which is a Persimmon Suzuki's. It's just the buds just look as if they're swelling slightly, but again it looks like the middle of winter still as far as that one's concerned. Here we have a Hanafuyu. Sorry about the sun, it's hard to film. This is just showing some signs of green at the top of the stems. The only one that's actually budding out quite successfully of the bare root ones I planted is this one, which is a Garretson, which I think is an American persimmon. That's doing quite well. Stems are probably, the shoots are about 2 inches long now, but if you compare them to my Fuyu, which has at least six inches of growth, maybe 8 inches, there's a huge difference in between them. And coming around the other side, looking at this little one down here, this is a Mount Govala, which is a hybrid persimmon again. Just some signs of the buds breaking, thankfully, because I was a little bit worried that I was going to lose this one. This is a hybrid between American and Asian persimmon. Next to it we have a Garretson, which is an American persimmon. Good quality size stem and plant. This one came from the agroforestry.com. buds are just showing some signs of colour on the end, so I am optimistic that they're going to pull through and grow. And finally, here's another Hanafuyu. Again, just looks like a dry stick at the moment. And just some signs of colour on the end of the buds, which you probably can't see very well on this. So you might wonder why I've bought a number of bare root persimmons when I'm not a big fan of them. Well, the simple answer is, here in the UK it is almost impossible to buy persimmons of any name varieties at all. There's only a handful of nurseries that occasionally have some in stock. Some of the plants I've had to buy from Europe as well, but unfortunately to buy some of the varieties I want, I had no choice but to buy them in bare root. But this one's not looking particularly good. This is a Nikita's Gift. Leaves are very sort of curled up. I suspect they've probably got some virus on them, but I think it'll pull through. This one's a Chocolatino here. Again, leafed out. It's even got a couple of flower buds on it. But there's no doubt in my mind, not a fan of bare root persimmons. Don't like being transplanted. I've read that they leaf out very, very late when they've been put in as bare root plants. It's hardly surprising because pulling them out of the ground is going to damage those fine roots. Now, obviously persimmons as well, when you repot them, have black roots, so they look as if they're dead anyway, but they have a lot of very fine roots on persimmons, and I just can't see how yanking them out of the ground does them any good. The only downside I can see of container grown ones is obviously if they're in small containers, when you buy them you have got to be very careful that they're not dried out in their growing season, because again that will damage the roots very quickly. But as I said, I'm very pleased. The Garretson is the only bare root one that's really sprung into life. This other Hanafuyu is showing signs of growth now, so if we get a bit of warm weather here and I keep looking after it, hopefully we're going to get through our phase of dead looking plants. But as I said, just sort of do a short video. My preference, container grown persimmons. The only problem here is just the lack of varieties available. Doesn't seem to be a problem in America. You seem to be able to buy dozens of varieties almost anywhere in the States, but obviously persimmons are not very well known in the UK, so hopefully they'll all recover well, and we'll get some growth which I shall report on in the next month or so. Thank you for watching. If I have anything of interest in my videos for you, then by all means like and subscribe. You're more than welcome, and I'll do the same back. Thank you for watching. Lionheart out. Bye.